Hi Cancer, welcome to your January 2019 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year to you. We made it, we've survived, and we are here on the other side of a brand new year. So I am really excited to bring this to you. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. Of course, I will be tuning in and paying attention for myself as well, because I am, as many of you know by now, a Cancer moon sign. So let's have a look what Cancer has to look forward to in January of 2019. So your actions and your interactions with the world at large in January. You've got the Three of Swords, and you know, this is actually a good card to have, even though it's a card that represents, you know, loss, separation, the removal of something. In your actions and your interactions, this for me feels very much like you are breaking ties with the past. And this isn't necessarily you going through the motions of, you know, doing the hard work and stuff. It's kind of like, I feel like it's just done. That was last year. Everything that happened last year was then. This is now. And I kind of feel like what's going to be interesting, especially in January, is there will probably be people and situations that come to you from the past, or try to bring you things from your past, from, you know, periods of your life that maybe were challenging, from periods of your life that weren't necessarily the best ones. And I kind of feel like you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm dissociating from that. I'm not ignoring it. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I've completely acknowledged that, and I'm choosing no longer to have that experience, or to allow it into my space, or to allow it into my lifescape. And I really like this card for that reason, because it's basically saying, look, you know what, yes, that happened. Yes, it was there, but I'm moving past that now. I have new things to look forward to. And the fact that you've got the Three of Swords means that you are making this conscious effort to be in the now, to be here, to be present, to be, you know, at the threshold of this brand new year. It's kind of like, I feel the words that I'm hearing in my mind are, what does this year hold in store for me? I'm ready for something else. I'm ready for something new. You know, and the beauty of this is usually you'd say to people like, be careful what you wish for, but it's not that case this time. Like this time it's like, yeah, what is next for me? What is in store for me? And you can say those words and not worry that then the whole world's gonna come crashing down on you, because it's not. That's a, you know, a really good start to it as far as I'm concerned. So your money and your materials in January, let's have a look. Okay, so you've got the Five of Cups. Not a great card, guys. So it looks like, you know, while the actions and the interactions and the social stuff is looking really good, the money and the materials is saying two things to me. One, in terms of your physical health, the Three of Swords is saying it's not just about the action of saying, you know what, I no longer connect with that experience or that person from my past. It's also about not sitting in it. So, you know, as a good example, once you've done with a bath, you don't kind of just sit in it, do you? You get out and you shower off after. Do you know what I mean? It's about removing the last dregs of something, because the Five of Cups is about overindulgence. I always say to people, don't push it too far. And you know, the fact that this falls in your money and your materials, this is very much about your physical body, your physical health, but it's also about your financial and material wealth. You know, and the Five of Cups is generally about loss. It's about mourning something. You know, and the fact that this falls next to the Three of Swords, it's basically saying your actions and your interactions are saying one thing, your personal mindset when it comes to your physical health may be saying another. And I kind of feel like I'm gonna not tell you off, but I have to say this to you, Cancer. You've got to spend energy in order to get energy. So if you're feeling lethargic in January, sitting down and moaning about it isn't going to help you. You're going to need to get going. You're going to need to put the effort in, and I guarantee you more energy will follow straight after it. Don't know why it works that way. It's just the rule of thumb. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you, you know, medical advice, but I can tell you about the energy surrounding this phenomena in your life. And, you know, in terms of your material wealth, I kind of feel here, especially with the Three of Swords, whatever somebody has told you that they owe you, or they're going to try and give you back, or they're going to try and pay you back, cut your losses and run, because that it feels to me like that's going to be the unseen string that you won't be able to cut until it comes up. You know, everything else, you're moving forward, you're letting go, you're evolving past. And then you've got the Five of Cups in your money and your materials. If somebody owes you something, it's a brand new year, cut it. Cut your losses and walk forward, and I guarantee you, you will get more out of that than if you hang around waiting for somebody to deliver you something that they can't, or they are no longer in a position to do so. You know, I feel like it's in your best interest just to let it go, whatever it is in terms of money or materials. So in your communication sector, you know, let's see what's going on there. So you've got the Seven of Wands. Interesting. You are standing up for yourself. You are speaking your truth. You are going in hammer and tongs, toe to toe. And it kind of feels to me like not only are you, you know, demonstrating this in your actions, but you are talking the talk and you're also walking the walk. You're doing both sides of this. And, you know, with the Seven of Wands, this always sees you having the moral high ground. It sees you really defending yourself. With the Five of Cups there, I'm not going to lie to you guys, these are not necessarily the easiest of cards. How I feel like you're going to order them and how I feel like you're going to make the experiences work for you, that's what I really like to see, because it's about, you know, taking lemons and making lemonade, right? And I really love this. Your communications this month, you may well feel that a lot of you are trying to, it's almost like you're having to defend yourself or say, well, look, you know what, I'm moving past this. Remember, you're doing the actions of no longer identifying or connecting with things that are challenging or hurtful or any of that stuff. You're leaving that stuff behind. If you continue to walk forward and not acknowledge that stuff, you won't have to battle it out with people so much. Yeah, and that kind of feels really evident there for me. There's something in that that's quite interesting. So your personal relationships, let's have a look-see. So you've got the Queen of Pentacles. I love this for you. So for those of you that are single, I kind of feel that this is, you're more about like, you know what, I'm more about my bag, I'm more about my money, I'm more about my building myself up, building my future up. I'm about getting the most out of what I have. And also I feel like this is about an attitude of gratitude, you know, like that saying that that we use, that's widely thrown around. But what does that actually mean? It's not just about sitting on your bum going, oh, you know, I'm grateful for everything that I have. It's about walking through your life in the understanding that you have resources now and you can continue to create the resources that you want and need in your life. And that's what I think the Five of Cups is really trying to teach you. And I really like that, because it's quite interesting. So for those of you that are single, I feel like this month you're going to be like, you know what, I don't really need that. What I need is me. I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on what I'm doing and where I'm going from here on in. For those of you that are partnered, Queen of Pentacles, getting the most out of your relationships, getting the most out of your partner, putting the most in. I kind of feel like the feeling that I get from this is Cancer's going to be doing what Cancer loves most, being at home, you know, knitting, cooking, all of that stuff. Maybe not knitting, but you get what I mean. I kind of feel like it's about our bubble, whether that's me and my partner, whether that's me, my partner and our kids, whether that's my wider circle of friends, whether it's my family. It's all of that stuff, and it feels very much to me like Cancer's creating their own bubble this month. It's kind of like you're saying, right, you know what, I'm going to put in place this. This is what I wanted to say. Perfect. I knew I'd drawn it for a reason. Cancer is this month drawing a circle around themselves, and anything that's inside that circle will stay and they will work on to the best of their ability. Anything that's outside of that circle, whatever or whoever, will be outside of it from here on in. And I really, really like that motif, because it's one of the best ways to defend. It's also one of the best ways to build and to grow. You deal with this first. Once that's where you want it to, then you can open it up. What else I really love here that is really, really interesting to me, you've got the swords there, air. You've got the cups there, water. You've got the wands there, fire. You've got the Queen of Pentacles there, pentacles, earth. You've got all four elements here. There's an element of that. Do you remember last year when the Magician card seemed to be chasing Cancer down? You've got all four of the elements here in January, And this very much to me feels like, yes, they might be bitty, yes, 3 of them might be challenging cards, but it's about how you put them together and how you utilize these 4 potent energies that make up all and everything in the energetic world is going to be very pivotal to how much success you can build and grow. January may well be a slower month for Cancers in general, but I tell you what, don't make any mistakes. What you guys are building behind the scenes is going to be very, very powerful indeed. So let's have a look at your weeks. First week of January, you've got the horned one, you've got the devil. Underneath the 3 of swords, this is basically saying to you, yes, you've got to not identify with the past, but also this is about you catching yourself in your dogmatic thought pattern, and it's also about you catching yourself saying, I don't really identify with that anymore. It's run away with itself. It's become an addiction. It's something that I do unconsciously. So I kind of feel like you're going to catch yourself in certain phrases of speech for sure, but this is going to be about you catching yourself in certain thought patterns. And it will be you dissociating yourself from, you know, from the past in any way, shape, or form that will serve you going forward. The other thing about the Devil card is it's not all bad. It's got some really good connotations because it actually represents the sign of Capricorn. First eclipse of the year is going to be in Capricorn, which is your opposite sign. That in itself kind of suggests that you will be going through the motions of changing your personal relationships, letting some of them go for good and enhancing or bringing new ones into the fold. But it really does speak very powerfully to some kind of transformation at a very conscious level, which I really like. The second week of January, you've got the Hermit card. So underneath the 5 of Cups, you are really going over the motions. You're really, this for me actually feels like you're going through something. I feel like you'll be going through a purging. 5 of Cups, overindulgence. The Hermit card represents Virgo, so therefore the digestive system. If in the second week of January you find yourself with all kinds of tummy upsets, all kind of you know, possibly even chest upsets, like maybe not necessarily as far up as that to be fair, but especially anything to do with the digestive system, if you're, you know, purging and stuff like that, or being sick, think about it from an energetic perspective. You are really, by doing this stuff with the past and really moving past it, that's like your body's way of saying, right, now you've made the energetic change, I'm going to do the physical stuff. I'm going to remove and release all of the toxins from within you, so that not only has your energy body been cleansed, but also your physical body has been cleansed. So any purging that happens through the second week of January, obviously, if it's serious, go to in fact, if, you know, like I said, I can't give you medical advice. If it's serious, go to a doctor, but just know that the underlying part of it will be your body purging what your energy has already purged. Really powerful, really, really powerful. Third week of January, you've got the Star card. All right, I like this. This is where things start to happen. This is where things really start to move. And this is where you will begin to see the results of the restructuring of your life and the purging that you've been doing. The Star card falls right underneath the 7 of Wands. And this is about having certain conversations. I feel like this year, especially in January, Cancer is not holding back with their conversations. Yes, you will still be nurturing. Yes, you will still be kind. But I feel like there's going to be a lot more tough love in January than the sort of usual, come, let me pet you better. I kind of feel like in many ways, and not necessarily just towards your children, I feel like in many ways Cancer is cutting the apron strings in January, especially in the third week. You know, because the Star card is linked to Aquarius, the bigger tribe that we have. The 7 of Wands sees you defending, but speaking from a place of personal truth, and I really like that for you. It's great. And then finally, the fourth week, you've got your card. You've got the High Priestess, which comes up. Hidden things revealed. It feels to me like you might discover or stumble on a group of some sort, or you might hear a conversation that happens between people that you weren't necessarily privy to and think, oh, actually, do you know what, I might try that. It's about aligning yourself with a group somewhere, because you've got the Star card there, which suggests a tribe. This, the High Priestess, is about your intuition, but it's also about hidden things revealed. I kind of feel like you're going to stumble on some kind of knowledge or stumble on some kind of group that can help you grow, that can help you change. This falls right underneath the Queen of Pentacles. It will be in the 4th week of January that you really start to discover who is for you and who belongs in the circle and who belongs out of the circle. It will be the 4th week when you really put that in place and lock it into place, which I find really interesting because at the end of January there's a beautiful sextile that's going on, which I will be talking about closer to the time. So with that said, let's have a look and see what your key to the month is. So this month you get the Star card: hope, optimism, joy, innocence, purity. But it's also a glimpse into your future. Cancer, although this month is probably more challenging than most of the other zodiac signs I've seen so far, I feel like this is a really good week for you. And I feel like the reason it's a good week is because you are restructuring your life. You are drawing that circle and you're filling that circle with everything that needs to be in there and leaving everything else out. What you do this month will have very far-reaching ripples, so pay attention, be conscious, be wise, and above all, be present. You know, and I really feel like there's, especially because you've got a double hit of this Star card energy now, there is a new tribe, there are new people coming into your life, there's going to be a new support system that's being built, and I feel like a big part of that is about your discernment of who belongs in the circle and who belongs out of it. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have an amazing month. Let me know how it shapes up for you in the comments, and I will see you very soon for more videos. Take care.